Hi, I'm Shakti Golyan, Managing Director of Tricot Industries. Generally, one of the first few questions that I'm asked by our customers is what is the difference between Pashmina and Cashmere? Simply put, is just Pashmina is just another word for Cashmere. In the International Textile Dictionary, if you see, there's no word called Pashmina, but in our part of the world, which is Nepal, India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, this region, we've always referred to Kashmir as Pashmina. It's a Persian word. It comes from the word Pashma, which is wool in Persian. And one of the finest wools was referred to as Pashmina, and that is what we call it in our part of the world. So, Kashmir or Pashmina, the fiber comes from a goat, not from a sheep, which most people think. Like any other animal, the quality of the fiber or the quality of the product coming from these animals vary from the regions they are living in or the climate or the environment they are living in. Almost all the cashmere or pashmina fibers are coming from goats that live very high in the mountains. Most of these mountains are in the Himalayan range, and Nepal is blessed with a bigger chunk of the Himalayas with very good altitudes. So generally, with the basic level of testing that we have done, we have found the fiber from Nepal is generally longer and finer as compared to what we find, let's say, in Mongolia. China has invested a lot in quality and upgradations in this field. So they've been able to achieve huge volumes and improve the qualities over the better part of last 30-40 years. But naturally, yes, Nepal has some of the best terrains for these goats to thrive and produce some of the best quality cashmere fibers available to us. So the quality starts with the fiber. We look at three important parameters that would define quality of the fiber. The first is the micron, which is the thickness of the fiber or the thinness of the fiber. That can be studied under microscope. The thinner the fiber, the softer the output would be. The second parameter is the length of the fiber, which basically determines the pilling performance, which is the small balls that you see on your sweater forming after you're wearing them. The longer the fiber, the better the performance will be. The shorter the fiber, more pilling and shedding will happen. And the third parameter is the color of the fiber. So you will see the goats are black, gray, white, brown. Why this parameter is important is because the whiter the color or the lighter the color, the more versatile the use case is. The darker the color, there are limitations in use case, as in if it's a black fiber, you can't make blue product out of it. You can't make red product out of it. The only way you go about doing it is you have to bleach the fiber. Now, if you bleach the fiber, you're damaging the fiber, and thus the quality parameter reduces. So the limitations of use for darker colors make it slightly cheaper in the market. But the inherent quality depends on two factors, which is the fiber length and the micron. At the fiber level, there is no chance for a human being to ascertain the quality of the fiber. These have to be tested in the lab, not just any regular lab. If we want to be sure that this is cashmere, we have to use DNA testings, which can be pretty expensive. But just for a layman, when they're buying a product, there are some telltale signs that they can see, that the drape of the product, the stretch of the product, the pilling or the fuzziness if they see on the product, and not necessarily a softer product means a better quality. At times it can be opposite, but not very easy to ascertain whether, just by looking or touching at a product, whether it's a pure quality cashmere or whether it's a good or bad quality cashmere. There are certain tests we can do, like burn tests, which will tell us whether it's wool or not. But to ascertain the quality, no, we cannot do that. Since 2008, the demand for pure cashmere products or pure pashmina products are not increasing, but I would say they've moved more towards blends rather than pure cashmere. So the overall volume in this industry would have increased, but the volume of pure cashmere would have gone down or not increased as much as the industry, in my opinion, because of price factors. Cashmere prices have increased more than 150% over the last better part of the decade or so. And present economic situation across the globe does not allow a lot of people to invest in pure cashmere products. So they're looking at more blends. And overall volumes for us have increased dramatically at Tricot, but in general, the pure cashmere market seems to be stagnant or not increasing as per the industry.